Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of a vlog style video today. It's kind of awkward because it's like kind of a private neighborhood here in the suburbs, and the guy walking around with a camera just looks suspicious. But anyways, 3 reasons why I quit smoking, quit vaping, quit chewing tobacco. For those of you guys that don't know, I was like what you call a poly-nicotine addict. I was addicted to a bunch of different types of nicotine for a really long time, for 9 years of my life. It started with chewing tobacco, then I tried to quit that by vaping, and that didn't work. Then I was addicted to chewing tobacco and vaping. Then, even before that, when I was younger, I used to smoke a lot of cigars, cigarettes, all that stuff. And I was like heavily addicted to nicotine. I was even addicted to Nicorette gum at one point in my life. Anyways, there was 3 primary reasons why I quit. And none of them had to do with health. Even though I did eventually suffer health consequences, none of them had to do with my health, why I quit. Number 1 is because I was sick of being a consumer. So what do I mean by that? If we think about cigarettes, if we think about vape products, there's people who produce these things that would never even consider consuming them. And there's a small amount of people that make them, right? Like I'm talking the CEOs, the people at the top. And they make millions of dollars a year off of people dying every year. Specifically the cigarette companies, not the vape companies. And I was thinking to myself one day, wow, like I'm such a consumer of trash. Like I consume so much junk constantly. I'm a constant consumer of other people's garbage. And it wasn't just with smoking, right? Like I would constantly be consuming the next product out there on the market, the next trend, the next fad, the next thing. Oh, I gotta have that new phone. I gotta have that new pair of shoes. And I was broke because of it. Like I didn't have any money because of this. And it's weird to think that perhaps my addiction subconsciously was training me to be a consumer. I was being trained to be a constant consumer of products. And then I got into my own business eventually, and I started to do a little bit better, and I thought, I don't want to be a consumer the rest of my life. I want to be a producer. I want to be the person that's making something of value. I want to be the person that's creating influence, not the person that's constantly being influenced. So you got to ask yourself, like in life, there's 2 types of people. There's people who constantly consume, and then there's people who produce. I'm out here and there's like cars driving by and everyone's looking. I know they're going to call the cops out here. It's what you get in the suburbs. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, my time, like how I value my time. I spent so much time focused on, when can I get my next hit of nicotine? When I got to go to the store, it's 12 o'clock at night, I'm out of chewing tobacco. Where's a gas station that's open? And then the amount of time I would spend consuming the products. And this one actually also goes for, too, why I quit consuming like marijuana products. Like your time, how I was spending my time was an investment. Like that was an investment. And I was investing all of my time and all of my energy into something that not only wasn't giving me a return on my investment, but it was killing me. It was damaging me like mentally, physically, emotionally. And I just said to myself, like, here I am, I'm broke, I'm spending all my money on these things. And like, I was spending a lot of money on nicotine and weed and other stuff. And I said to myself, like, gosh, how I spend my time matters. And I didn't value my time at all. And I eventually realized, like, if you don't value your time isn't going to value you. That's something that I eventually learned. And I don't know, it's just something to think about, And then the last reason is my long-term goals in life. I realized what a risk I was putting those things at by consuming these products constantly. So for example, like smoking, you don't usually feel the effects until later on in life, until you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, whatever it may be. But that might be the point where you're at the prime of your life. Like that might be the point where you're making money, where you got a good job, where you're like going on and becoming a success, whatever it is. And if you're just okay, like I'm going to quit when I'm 40, well, maybe you built this beautiful life for yourself in the process, but now maybe your days are spent going to doctor's offices and going to do things like that. And that was something that really hit me. Like, here I was in my 30s, so sick. I had so many health problems. And that's not why I quit. What frustrated me was I wanted to be working on my business. I wanted to be working on my life, my future, my future relationships and things. And unfortunately, all of my time, all of my goals were put on hold because of this addiction. And at the end of the day, this nicotine addiction, it gave me nothing. It gave me nothing in return for my time, for my energy, for my money. And that was the big reason why I decided quitting was probably the right move for me. And it was a pretty amazing experience getting sober from nicotine. After you get through the withdrawals, after you get through the mindset that it's something that you need to have, you just start to see things differently. So I hope this video helps you guys out. I hope it gives you a different perspective. Maybe you enjoy the vlog style video. I don't know. I'm just out here on a bike path walking around like some wacko. But just 3 things to think about that aren't health related when it comes to quitting. Think about, do you want to be a consumer or a producer? How do you want to invest your time? And at what risk does this addiction put your future goals, your future aspirations? And I think you guys will think about this a little bit differently. And this applies to vaping. This applies to any nicotine product. So I hope this one helps you guys out.